Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading, or as it were, a pick-a-deck reading. And so this is going to be for Starseeds and Lightworkers, however you identify yourselves. We try not to get too into the labels, but people do identify with those terms, and so for lack of anything else, that's what we're gonna utilize right here. But this is going to be all about life purpose. And so life purpose path, your evolutionary growth at this point in your ascension process, sort of what's going on and guidance as you move through that. And so what I want you guys to do is take a moment, pause this video if you need to, and set the intention that you be guided to the deck which is most relevant for you today. And then start the video again, take a look at these decks, and choose whichever one you are intuitively drawn to first. You can go by the deck, you can go by the crystal, however it works for you. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to do that. And now we're going to get into it. So we're going to start with deck number 1. And this is the Starseed or the Lightworker Oracle rather. And this has this beautiful turquoise. And so for those of you who resonated with clear, pile number 1 or deck number 1, what messages do we have for our Starseeds and Lightworkers from the Lightworker Oracle, from this deck number 1? What messages and guidance do we have coming through? What is going on in deck number 1's lives, in their ascension process at this time? What is happening? And so the first card out we got for you guys is Orbs of Light. And so this is downloads. This is messages. This is for some of you guys, spirits or loved ones that are coming through wanting to communicate with you guys. I feel like some of you guys may have been receiving communication from somebody who transitioned and passed over. And so if that is something that you've been wondering whether that communication is real, this is confirmation coming through that it is. They are there. They're showing themselves to you because they want you to see them. They want you to know that they're with you. And for those of you that doesn't resonate with, because that's going to be for some, that's not going to be for everyone. This is just that the information and that knowledge, those downloads that are coming in, that are coming through for you guys. It's whether if you've been questioning whether or not you've been receiving psychic information, you absolutely have. For those of you also who've been questioning whether or not you're mediums, whether or not you are able to interact with people out beyond the physical plane, you absolutely can. For some of you guys, this is in the form of mediums. And when we talk about mediums, what we mean is people that talk with spirits of the deceased. This is also for some of you channeling from those higher realms. If you've been wondering if you are in fact channeling, or if you're just talking to yourself, you are channeling, you are receiving that inspiration, you are receiving that connection. So just pay attention for those little orbs of light, wherever those show up. If you notice those have been showing up in photographs, if you're noticing just wherever you've been seeing those, just know that some people see angels that way. They see them as like little golden sparks of light. And so that's something really interesting to pay attention to. I see them that way sometimes. And if you are looking for confirmation that your spiritual team is around you, and you're coming to this video but you haven't noticed that yet, ask them and see if they show up for you in this way or in another way. Just be open to the different ways that they're showing up. But I feel for some of you guys, this is like gifts that are starting to and abilities that are starting to come to the surface for you, where you're starting to see. You're starting to, like, that clairvoyance piece is starting to kick in for some of you guys. You're starting to hear. Any of those clair senses are really starting to kick in, and you're being able to communicate with those otherworldly beings, or in a way that you hadn't been able to before, which is really fun and exciting. And that is absolutely a gift. And then we have reassurance of the golden light. And I love that, because is that not golden light, right? And so this is just reassurance that everything is unfolding in your life exactly how it's meant to. This is reassurance that you can trust your path. For those of you who've been feeling as though you couldn't, like you're in that place of you felt a connection to your path, you felt a connection to your spiritual journey, and then at some point, whether it was because things didn't seem like they were working out, or whether it was because it got more painful than you anticipated. For some of you guys, it's like you've been asked to let go of things, and that's been a really painful process for you, is just the things that are leaving your reality, and you're not necessarily trusting that, and you're like, okay, but like, what's coming in to replace that? It just feels like a void right now. Just to understand that everything is happening exactly how it's meant to, and you are safe and you are taken care of. I feel like for some of you guys too, it's like as your psychic gifts are starting to develop, you are you're feeling a little bit unsafe around that. You're feeling a little bit unsure. You're not sure if you trust it. And you're also just, especially if this has to deal with us spirits and stuff that you guys are starting to communicate with and see, you may be feeling a little bit threatened or a little bit overwhelmed. And so that golden light is just coming in to reassure you. Spirit is coming in to reassure you that everything is unfolding perfectly, that you are perfectly safe, that you are perfectly cared for. And if you have been questioning your path, just know that, like, tap back into that part of you that knows the truth and sees the truth and knows and sees that forward momentum that is coming, like knows and trusts in your path. Like Spirit wants you to know that, like, even if all seems lost or it seems like it isn't unfolding the way that you thought it would, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. You are meant to be walking this path. Just continue to walk this path and things will become more clear, and you will understand why it is that maybe things aren't working out the way that you thought they would originally. It will all come together and make sense eventually, to the point that it needs to, right? It's like right now I'm being reminded of this this meme or whatever. It's there's these two little figures and they're sitting like they're in school, right, at their desks. And so one of them is labeled ego and one is labeled soul. And so the soul is passing a note behind it to the ego, and the ego unrolls it and the paper says, be comfortable not knowing. And so that's sort of like the energy right now, is like, be comfortable not knowing. Just be reassured. Like, you don't have to know it. It may not look like things are working out. Things may not make sense right now. But like, understand that you don't have to know how everything is going to work out. You just have to trust. And so this light is coming in to help you to trust. And for some of you guys, that may be what part of why these spirits are communicating with you, especially the ones of you who are communicating with passed on loved ones. It's because they're here to reassure you. They're here to, like, so when you see, if you see those orbs, if you see those sparks of golden light, just know that that is reassurance coming in from the spiritual realm, that you are on the right path, right? Freudian slip, but not really. And to just continue going, continue moving forward. Yeah, so I like that. And then we have Ascension, the rainbow bridge coming out. Yeah, so you guys are really raising in frequency right now. You guys are really, and you see how it's these beautiful orbs in both of these photos, right? Coming out of the heart center. So you guys are definitely having a heart center awakening. You're having an awakening as we develop this rainbow bridge, this rainbow light body, right? All of our chakras, all of our energy centers open up, and our abilities open up to a whole new level. There's a whole new level of energy that's available to us. And so that is becoming available to you right now, is that whole different level of energy, which can feel kind of intense sometimes. And it's going to require that you get a lot of rest, that you take care of yourselves very, very well, because your energy body is transforming. And that transforms our physical body very slightly and very slowly as well. So it's just allowing that process. This is that spiritual detoxification process. Yep. Yeah. This oracle brings the additional message from Spirit. Hold on, Ascension can be a wild ride. Anything is possible. The past is not an indicator. The future is not yet set. This is a moment to cultivate your deepest feelings of love and peace. Simply allow the genius of life to flow through you in whatever way it chooses. During Ascension, your life can change quite dramatically. The Rainbow Bridge empowers us to rise from one reality into another. Even if your outer world doesn't change radically, internally you will feel as though you are living a different life. Eventually, the physical world changes will follow. Enjoy crossing the rainbow bridge into new consciousness, dear one. You have everything you need. You are ready for this. It is meant to be. So yeah, I feel for some of you guys, it's like unsureness because so much is changing in your physical reality. For others of you, it's because not enough is changing. And so whichever one is happening, just trust it and know that everything will even out and balance out eventually. It's just you're going through a major frequency jump right now. Yeah. Fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. And then I'm feeling like I want to pull one more. And then wisdom of the divine feminine with the family of light, right? So this is like whatever is leaving your reality, it's because it's bringing this in. So just allow for that to happen. Really tap into your divine feminine wisdom and allow that to lead you right now as well. This is your intuition. This is your compassion. This is your ability to nurture. This is your ability to flow with life, right? To be in that place of spirit just really wants you to flow with life right now. To not hold on to anything, right? Because the resistance is what's painful. So just really open up and flow with life and allow and be receptive, right? Feminine energy is receptive to everything that's trying to come into your reality right now. And also to everything that's wanting to leave. And so with this fifth ray of intellectual wisdom or intellectual knowledge here, this is card 42. I like to read these rays from the book because there's a lot to them. It says, the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You are being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. You are distilling a new truth. It might be the truth of discernment, where you realize the appearance of a person, group, or cause is misleadingly different to the inner reality. Discernment is incredibly important on the spiritual path, all the more so as you open up to work with energies, with teachers and teachings, and to sort out all issues in your life according to your spiritual principles. And as your light grows, right, you attract more to it. And so even if a lot is leaving your reality right now, just know that a lot more is going to be attracted in. And so we have to have that level of discernment so that we know what it is that we want in our reality, in our energy, and who and what it is that we don't. We want to be able to discern between that. As your abilities begin to develop, you may also seek out teachers. And so you want to be able to discern and be able to read the energy of the person and know that they are authentic so that you can trust them with that growing and blossoming part of yourself. Discernment is not judgment, but it does allow you to make informed decisions based on frequency. When you choose to associate with people who are on a higher frequency, everyone benefits. If you choose to associate with people on a lower frequency than your own, you may feel your life moving more slowly, becoming harder than it needs to be, right? So we want someone who matches our frequency or vibrates higher, because then we entrain to that vibration. We don't want to entrain to this one down here. We want to entrain to this one up here. Discernment helps you navigate through illusions and find the real gems. It helps you step back from those who say they want to support you, but who actually just want to take and not give in return. The fifth ray helps you choose wisely and sever unhealthy connections. This ray also comes to you when there is more to something than meets the eye. You will be given the power to discover and understand the truth. Wait until the truth clicks inside you. Until then, keep looking deeper and until you unveil the mystery. The fifth ray will help you do so successfully. The challenge with the fifth ray is to remain open-minded as you find your clarity. Be willing to find more information if you need it. The right answers will come. Be willing to change your viewpoint in order to perceive the truth of the matter. If a system is working for you, that's great. If it needs to be changed, don't afraid to go into the chaos of creativity and try different ways until you discover what will work better for you now. And this is all that Age of Aquarius energy, right? That's what that's all about. The fifth ray has a special connection to the worlds of science. Therefore, you are encouraged to be an observer in your life, to experiment with what does and does not work for you. You're becoming a new person, and so the things that worked for you before aren't going to work anymore. And so it's all about that trial and error of finding out what does, trying and finding out what resonates with you, who resonates with you, all of that. A lot of new energy coming in as you receive this jump in vibration. Let's see. Yes. Yep. Yeah, so really working with the scientific energies as well. All right. Yes, and that higher service coming in. The family of light. This is about your family of light coming in, being more drawn to you. This is about, for those of you who have felt alone a lot of your life, right? It's that you don't fit in anywhere. It's because you've been missing that larger family, right? A lot of us, we don't necessarily fully resonate with the families we were born into, because it's that light family that we have that deeper resonance with, that we're searching for. But it's also this idea and this energy of the fact that we are here. The reason that we came here, the reason that we left our family of light in the stars to come here, right, was to aid and uplift humanity. And so that's what we're doing. That's the mission. That's the purpose. And we will be reconnected with those of our family of light, both who came down here to embody and work this mission as well, and also those in the stars. And so meditation, prayer, all of that can really help to reconnect you. But it's like with those little orbs and stuff, your family of light is showing up all the time and rooting you on and just allowing you to see that it's there. So really pay attention to those little synchronicities and the way that they're talking to you. Yeah. This card looks like Ascension, right? Where she's rising right up out of the body. So a lot of that powerful energy coming through. It's just like moving up and up and up is what you guys are doing. Yeah. So just find your center, find that peace, connect into that beautiful flowing divine feminine wisdom, and you guys are going to be just fine. There's a huge paradigm shift happening within and without. And so really utilize that meditation, utilize that divine feminine energy, your own intuition, and really disconnect from all of those lower vibrational energies, all of those mass consciousness energies, because they're not going to be serving you right now. You are here to influence and help assist in this paradigm shift. And so first, that means disconnecting yourself from the old outdated paradigm so that you can absolutely help to build a new one. Help to you and your family of light, right? That's what you came here to do, to build a new paradigm that's centered in this beautiful feminine energy of power with versus power over, of collaboration, of teamwork, of that unconditional love, right? The feminine energy is all about love. The masculine energy is light or information. The feminine energy is love. So really moving into that and helping to birth that. I love how there's this beautiful naked woman under that while we're talking about that, right? That's what it's all about. That's what you guys are here to do. And you are just moving into the next level of being able to do that right now. All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed your reading for pile number 1. And now we are going to move on to pile number 2. And those of you who chose pile number 2, this is the Starseed Oracle. Clear. And I think this is Lepidolite, this pyramid here. I'm fairly certain that that's what that stone is. Clear. And so we're going to pull some cards for those who chose pile number 2, deck number 2. What's going on in the ascension process for my Starseeds and Lightworkers for pile number 2? What's happening with them? What guidance do you have for them as they navigate this journey of ascension? Right, we'll wait here. Let's keep on shuffling. All right. So we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites. And then we have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And so this for you guys is really, I mean, you have surrender coming up twice here. So Spirit is really guiding you to surrender. There's some aspect of your life where you're being asked to give up control right now. You're learning that process. You're also learning how to really enjoy life. And like this may seem contradictory, right? Is to stop and just enjoy life. Like a lot of people who are drawn to this reading, right? We think like, what do you mean? I have a mission. I have a purpose. I'm here to get shit done. Like I don't have time to stop and smell the fucking roses. It's sort of like the energy, right? That sometimes we can embody. But it's like, no, actually you do. No, actually that's a huge part of the mission. That's the point, right? What are we trying to create here? We're trying to create heaven on earth. What does that mean? What do you think we're all doing in the 5th dimension? And trust you guys, I'm talking to myself just as much as you guys, right? What do you think we're doing there? Exactly this. We're making love to life. We are enjoying the beauty, the sweetness, the bliss, the ecstasy. That's what it's all about. So how are we going to help build and create that if we don't know how to do that? So that energy coming through is just huge. And that's why it says like perspective, right? We have to be able to look from that perspective. We have to learn. If we want to teach bliss, we have to know how to live bliss. And this is a big journey for a lot of us, I think. Because of this, right? Called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. You guys know, we know this is the mission, right? This is the purpose. This is like why we're so intent on moving forward, is because we know. But part of the soul gift and part of the soul training right now is that training in how to surrender, in how to give up control. Sorry, that's my phone keeps distracting me over there. It keeps doing weird stuff. It's just like flashing like crazy. It's that process, that art of surrender, that art of giving up control. That energy is part of like what we're learning right now. We're learning what kind of world it is that we want to create. Tell me more about this soul gifts and training. Tell me about this energy. It's like, don't forget why you're here, but also don't forget to enjoy being here, is sort of like part of the energy that I'm feeling right now. And then we have Starkeeper, Cosmic Ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay. And so this is part of what we're learning as well. And so it's like, what I'm feeling is like, we really, pile number 2, you guys really know, I feel like you guys really know what your purpose is, or you've got some sort of idea about that. You're very committed to your purpose. And so you're being reminded to surrender a little bit, to enjoy, to stop and smell the roses and enjoy life a little bit. And you're also being reminded to really stay grounded, that you are a cosmic being, but you are also incarnated on earth right now, and you need to ground, you need to seed the light. Like, we can't seed the light. That's part of why we came down here, is we are from these higher frequencies, so we are very easily attuned to these higher frequencies. We can carry them, we can channel them, we can anchor them into the earth to help assist in that ascension process. But in order to do that, we have to be anchored into the earth. We have to be grounded. And so it's that mix, it's finding that balance, right? And that balance is so key when it comes to everything, is that balance between heaven and earth. We want to be fully connected to both, and we want that energy to flow freely between both. Yeah. And then we have You're Not Alone, isolation, physical connection, community. So I feel like this is another thing that's kind of going on for pile 2 too, is like you guys are feeling that sense of isolation, especially for those who have been impacted pretty heavily by COVID and everything that we have going on with that. There may be this sense of isolation. There may be people who are still experiencing lockdowns in some sense, that are unable to connect physically with the people they love, or that you've just felt a lot of those people dropping away. I feel like for some of you guys, those people have been dropping out of your life because you're just not seeing eye to eye with people the same way that you used to. They're not resonating or vibrating with your frequency. I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of like, you're so, like, this is definitely, I can feel this in a lot of ways. This is definitely my pile right here too, you guys. Because it's like, you're so like focused, like, okay, I know, I got the vision, I got a purpose. I may not know 100% what it is yet, but I know what I need to do, and I want to get this ball rolling, and I want to move forward, right? And if people are falling out of your life, you're like, okay, peace, that's good, that's cool. All right, we're not on the same frequency, we're not on the same vibration level anymore. You're not focused on what I'm focused on. You don't have the same goals, right? The same vision. Then like, we don't have time for that anyway. It's that kind of energy, I feel like, for quite a few of you guys. But at the same time, it's like, there are those moments where we do feel isolated, right? Where we are like, okay, but where is my community? If that wasn't my community, that's fine, but where is my community? And then we get frustrated because we understand that, like, those of us who are awakened and who are grounding this light, right, seeding this light, we are positioned all over the globe to create a network, a grid. And so sometimes we don't have a lot of people from our physical community here with us, which can be really frustrating, right? If we think about everything in these physical 3D terms. So that's where we really get pushed outside of our space, our zone, right? I can't really think of the words I'm trying to say right now, but you guys, I think you'll know where I mean, right? It's like they're connected. They're not physically touching, but they're connected. And so that's one of the lessons that we get to remember, that we get to relearn, is that we can be connected with each other no matter where we are. We can have a sense of community. We can have that sense of connection, even if we don't have physical closeness, because we understand that the physical is an illusion and that energy has no bounds and is unlimited. And so we really get to form that sense of connection and look at the other ways that we can experience connection with each other. Yeah. So feeling that. Then we have the void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. And so for that, tapping into the You're Not Alone card, I feel like some of you are going to be led to places, not only where you're going to receive activations, but also where you may actually come into physical contact with some of your community. All right. So I'm definitely feeling that. I'm feeling, though, once again with this card, it's like Spirit wants pile number 2 to slow down a little bit, to really embrace that void, to embrace that null place. It's almost like there's so much that pile number 2 that you guys are doing that you need that time to not do as well so that you can integrate, so that you can receive that next communication to move you forward, so that you can hear your calling that much more clearly. And so if there is a period where not much is happening right now, allow that to be, because that is what is meant to be right now. Right? The great cosmic womb, embrace winter. And in the northern hemisphere, it is winter right now. So this is a great time to allow ourselves to do that a little bit and to really reconnect with what brings us joy and bliss, to really just surrender into that void. Stop working so hard. Like, yes, keep working, keep growing, but like take a little bit of that pressure off, and maybe take a trip somewhere if it's possible for you, right? Take a trip to a power place, to a place where you're being led, where you're being guided. And for some people, this may be happening in the dream state if it's not happening in the physical. And so there may be astral travel involved, but like wherever, pay attention to anywhere that you're being drawn right now, even if it's somewhere in your neighborhood, like a place that you never noticed before that all of a sudden is calling to you. Even if your intuition is guiding you to just random places that don't make any sense and don't feel spiritual at all, just follow that flow and that intuition and where it's leading you. Yeah. And it's like there's a whole new version of you getting ready to be birthed, but first you have to allow yourself to gestate in that womb for a little bit. So just taking a little bit of that pressure off, really grounding yourself, really connecting with your roots, connecting with nature, and connecting with your joy and your bliss, and making sure that you're including that time for enjoyment in your lives. Any final cards for pile number 2? Okay. So we have the Golden Children and the Cosmic Hearts. Yes, make your life devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. And then tenderness, innocence, inner child, rare gifts, all of that good stuff. And so this is like that energy of really embracing and healing our inner child right now. And part of how we do that is by playing, is by tapping back into that joy, tapping back into that childlike essence of our nature. And there are more gifts, spiritual gifts that are waiting to come to you when you're able to tap back into that aspect of yourself again. So really allow that, really connect in with that heart center, really begin to move through your life as if every step was a dance and every moment was a prayer. And that's how we connect to that energy, like reconnecting to that sense of devotion. Sometimes we have such a sense of purpose and we're just moving forward so fast that we don't take the time to remember where that purpose comes from. And that purpose comes from that devotion to our spiritual path, that devotion to our star family, that devotion to source. and to this big, beautiful reality that we are creating. But it's like we create it in this now moment. So just be present in this now moment. Allow yourself to fall into the arms of spirit and let spirit hold you and let spirit carry you for a little bit. You don't have to always be the one carrying everybody else. Sometimes it's okay for you to allow yourself to be carried too. And to really reconnect to that sweet, soft, tender, innocent aspect of yourself that is calling out for more healing. There's just like, I feel like pile number 2, like what is necessary now for pile number 2's evolution is to get connected to that cosmic heart energy. And so in order to do that, we have to allow that heart center to expand, and we tap into that heart center through our sense of devotion. Devotion and unconditional love, but that devotion to our purpose, right? Not from a taskmaster point of view, but from a point of view of reverence. And then trust the timing on the bottom of the deck. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out, right? Chill. And like you guys said, I'm talking to me as much as I'm talking to you right now. Chill. Trust the timing. Know that everything is perfectly orchestrated. This may be the time to rest and relax for a little bit. The time to integrate. The time to allow for that process. Like the void is where all possibility exists. So we can swim around in that void for a little bit until the right possibility presents itself. And then that's when we jump in. All right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading for pile number 2. And now we're going to move into pile number 3. And pile number 3 is this beautiful Argonite crystal and the Secret Language of Light deck. Clear. So what guidance do we have for those who were drawn to pile number 3? Starseeds, Lightworkers, Life Purpose, Path, Ascension Process. What's going on for pile number 2 right now? All right. And so we have Light Beings and Variance coming out as the first 2 cards for you guys. All right, and we're going to actually go to the book for a second on this one. Variance. Today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing but are seeing it differently. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts. And when they don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt because it is not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you are experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired, and navigate your inner radar and ready to receive your soul's transmissions. So this is that tug of war between the soul and the ego, right? This is you really noticing when you are in alignment with your soul and when you're not. And I feel like for you guys, this is becoming more and more clear. You're starting to notice this more and more. For a lot of us, right, we can live, when we're less awakened, we can live for years out of alignment with our souls and not even really notice because it just feels like second nature to us. And then as we become more in alignment with our souls, all of a sudden we experience a different sense of peace, a different sense of purpose, right? And we start getting acclimated to that. And then when we begin making choices that pull us out of resonance with our soul, we feel that much more deeply. And what that does is it encourages us to move back into resonance with our souls again. And so it's like noticing that and noticing when and where that is happening and just coming back into resonance again. I feel for some people in pile number 3 right now, it's just that process of coming back into resonance that's important. It's not like you've strayed too far off your path. You just need to come back into resonance. You're just being reminded, right? That contrast is reminding you of the fact that you're being pulled off center and you need to recenter yourself and really connect with your fellow light beings and the stars, because they are there to guide you. I love how you can see it's like a supernova or a galaxy or something on top of this being's head, and then it's like they're focused on the earth right now. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are really tapping into this starseed aspect of your nature. And you're really you're really seeing and understanding and coming to value your connection with them, your relationship to them, and your understanding of yourself as one of them here on earth, and just what that means for you, and the process, like this this process of stewardship for the earth, right? And I want to take a look at that as well. Let's see here. Yeah. They're here, it's like you're connecting with that aspect of yourself, and they're here wanting to guide you as well. Like as you start wobbling sort of with this variance back and forth, moving a little further away from the resonance with your soul, they're working to put you back into alignment, to show you through signs, through synchronicities, through direct communication, the way to get back on the most fortuitous path that aligns with your soul. It's this focus energy, right? They're really wanting to help you focus right now. To really move towards what it is that's right for you, what it is that's meant for you at this time, and to pay attention and to notice. It's like noticing when you're receiving through your own intuition as well, right? All of these different signs and synchronicities, and that little feeling when something's off, when you are sort of moving out of resonance. And so the gift of that is like you're really learning and seeing the things that resonate and the things that pull you out of your resonance and the things that don't. And for some of you guys, I feel like it's surprising to you, because some of the things that are pulling you out of resonance with your soul are things that you didn't expect would, or things that at one point or another actually made you feel more connected. And now they're making you feel less connected, and that's a bit disconcerting for you. So I'm feeling that energy, and that's sort of what's causing a little bit of the tension for some of you guys. But it's like they want to pull you back into that place of focus. That's where you want to be. That's what you need to be right now. And so you want to be just paying attention to that. And I love color, right? The color coming out. And so work with and play with the resonance of colors, and how you can utilize color as a way to shift yourself into alignment. I feel like there's something with this color energy for some of you guys. It's like colors are going to be, I feel like for some of you guys, it's like your guides use color as a way to show you that they're present, or to teach you things. It's like something with the resonance of color. They utilize color when they're speaking to you. And that's really interesting. And so I don't know who that's going to apply to or what it is, but you'll know if that's something that that resonates with you. And so it's paying attention when those colors come through, when you're noticing those colors. And this is also just like the richness of your own view, as your view and your perspective becomes more colorful, and you become aware of more of the nuances of color. And then we have soul family. Soul family coming out. Yeah, so you guys are surrounded by support right now. You've got support from the light beings, right? From your guides, a super support there from the angelic realms. You've got support from your soul family coming in. This card is absolutely gorgeous. You can see just the, I don't know if you guys can see everything that's in the background here, these cards. I like the faces up in the top there. Yeah, but you guys have incredible support coming in. And it's just, I mean, you've got 2 cards here. 3 cards, actually, right? Where you can see the person in meditation with their system just being lit up. And these 2 are almost identical in these 2 cards here. These cards are very similar. And so I feel like they really want you to focus on meditation. I feel like they really want to focus on meditation. Anytime that you're feeling out of balance, you're feeling that wobble, you're feeling out of resonance. Every time that you are seeking communication, seeking understanding, seeking guidance as far as like how to move forward, you're being asked to meditate, and that's going to help you connect to your guides more deeply, to your soul family. Maybe even meditate on colors for some of you guys. Or take note of the colors that are experiencing in your meditation. I feel for some of you guys, different members of your star family identify themselves through the colors that you see in meditation. And then this remembrance, right? And that's what all of these energies are really about. It's the remembrance. Like in this state of meditation, in this state of harmony, you are remembering who it is that you are. That's where you guys are going through a period. It's like you began to remember and then you started to forget. And now you're remembering again. And it's an evolutionary thing, right? We don't remember all of who we are right away. Generally speaking, we remember bits and pieces. And then we try to fit that into our understanding of who we thought we were, right? And we have to let go of some of those pieces that don't fit anymore, that don't resonate anymore. And then we get another picture of who we actually are, and we have to integrate that in. We have to discard what doesn't match that anymore. And then we get another piece. And so it's like you guys are about to pull in, or in the process of pulling in, another piece of who you really are. And it's gonna require you to discard some more of what you thought, who you thought you were. Any other cards wanting to come out here for pile number 3? Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, some of you guys, you are going to have members of your soul family that are incarnated on Earth beginning to step forward in whatever ways. For some of you guys, this may be in the astral realms when you're meditating that are going to help you to remember. For others of you guys, it's people from your soul family that are going to be coming into your reality that are going to help you remember. And for some of you guys, you may be, once again, coming back to this color thing, you may be identifying them or recognizing them because of some connection with color. I'm not sure. It's really interesting. But yeah, they're going to be coming into your reality one way or another to help you remember on a deeper level. And to help you navigate this variance and come back into resonance with your soul. Yeah. As we were saying, the 2 cards that come out together. Ask your soul in meditation. Whatever the question is that you are wanting guidance around right now, meditate and ask your soul, man. Ask your soul. In this process of asking your soul, your family of light's probably going to come through. Your light beings, your guides are going to come through. But they just want you to meditate, meditate, meditate. Like above all else, that's what I'm getting for this pile 3 is meditation. Really, and it sounds old. After a while, it sounds boring, like really meditate. We want some other type of guidance, right? We want something juicier, something more interesting, right? But really, what is more interesting than that when you really get into that and start navigating those astral realms and stuff? It's just the process of really building that into a routine. That's how you're going to get back into resonance. That's how you're going to get this deeper remembrance of who you are. That's how you're up-leveling to this next level of remembrance of your light. Meditation is just going to be key for you guys right now. And really tapping into that resonance of your soul. Look at these cards. These 2 are like identical too. And so where I'm seeing this right now, this almost feels to me too like twin flame energy. And this doesn't necessarily mean outer twin flame. This could be the unifying of your own, right? The true twin flame journey is a journey within, with our own inner masculine and feminine energies. And so you guys could be really working with those energies right now. For some of you guys, perhaps you do have a twin flame coming in, and that's what is going to, another thing that's going to trigger this deeper level of remembrance for you, of recognition. And if that's true for some of you guys, then color, once again, may play into that. Something with seeing colors, noticing color, sort of like maybe like a flag for you guys. Like our souls, they say, it's sort of like we're set up with these triggers, these things that help us to remember things or recognize important people or situations or moments that are pre-programmed in us before birth. And then we come here and those things act like those triggers. So for some of you guys, color is that trigger that's going to help you to recognize this member of your soul family, possibly this twin flame or this other energy that's coming in for you. That it's gonna help you to access that. Yeah. But you really want to focus on that process of staying in resonance with your soul, of meditating, of asking and going to yourself and yes, your higher guidance team as well, but like in meditation for the answers to the questions, for the answers that you seek. Yeah, and nothing has gone wrong on the bottom of the deck. Just reminding you guys, everything is happening perfectly. Do not worry. Do not feel like you've taken 10 steps back. If you are in that wobbly period right now, just know that like that wobble moves both ways. And so that meditation piece, once again, telling you guys, is really going to bring you back into resonance where you feel that it might be lacking. And we have expansion number 44 on the bottom of the deck, which is another meditation card with the same color scheme of the purples and the blues and the golds. Yeah, with the Merkaba, it looks like that's a Merkaba there coming up over their heads, which could signify astral travel as well, really that process of moving between dimensions. Some of you guys, maybe part of the reason you're being asked to meditate so much is because you do have abilities in the astral realms. You do have abilities to astral travel, and you're not going to be able to unlock those or untap those and really it's like part of your mission for some of you guys involves utilizing those energies as well in this incarnation. Going up there and doing work, conscious work, and then coming back. And so like you need to be able to get up there. So you need to be able to meditate. You need to meditate more and practice that. And then you guys are just expanding. You got number 11 and number 44 sitting right here on the top here. So yeah, interesting. And then you are the universe coming out as your final card. And I'm going to read that for you guys. Number 29. You are you, and yet you are also the universe. Just like you, the universe is a living entity. It is not a thing or person that knows everything. It is growing, moving, and reaching forward to experience life in new ways. Wherever or whenever you are, you will always recognize yourself and you will always exist. Play with the idea that the universe and all its manifestations peers out through you. It mingles and joins with your energy to see the world through your uniqueness and expands as you do, right? Expansion. You are the pioneer of this universal frontier, and the universe needs you to know it in all its forms. If you believe everything is separate, you will want to guide angel light beings, someone or something outside of you who sees you to show you the way. However, everything is as one and nothing is separate, so nothing is on the outside looking in. The universe sees wonderment through your eyes, and you see wonderment in the universe. Become your own authority. Choose to feel good by discovering what makes you laugh, love, and enjoy. Focus on this and you will create similar manifestations, and whatever you don't focus upon will fall away from lack of attention. So all right, so I love how this is tying things together because you got the focus card. Pay attention to what you're focusing on. Focus on more of what you want, less of what you don't, right? That will also bring you back into resonance, right? This variance is teaching you and showing you what you don't want. So focus less on that and focus more on what you do. And then you also have with the Ask Your Soul, it's like you're learning, like, yes, the light beings are guiding you, but you're learning about the truth. Right at the beginning of this reading, we talked about it, how you are a light being. You are everything that you seek outside of yourself. You are. And so it's really about coming into full resonance. As you remember more of the truth of who you are, you remember that you hold all the answers, that you are the guide, you are the angel, you are the star being, right? You are God, you are source. And so you really are learning and being asked to learn how to tap into your own soul, your own self for all of that guidance that you may be seeking elsewhere. Just know that you have all of that knowledge within yourself. All right. So that's beautiful. That's perfect. And I think that sums up everything and sort of ties together any loose ends that we had there. So I really love this for you guys. This is big, beautiful energy. And if you guys, for any of these piles, need assistance, please reach out to me. I offer a whole bunch of different services. They are in the description box below. If you resonated with another pile as well, go ahead and try out that pile. And check out that reading, see if it resonates too. For some of you guys, multiple readings may resonate. Yeah, I feel like some of you guys for pile number 3 might also resonate with pile number 2, and it could be anything. So check them out if they're calling to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you so very much. I appreciate you so very much. If you were still watching this video, if you maybe watched it straight through, which I know some of you probably will do, I love you for that. You are so very, very beautiful. And hit that like button. Help support the channel. Like, share, subscribes, all that good stuff. I appreciate you. This is a beautiful journey. This is big, bold, beautiful stuff that you are all doing right now, and I honor you for that. I see you, I honor you, and I love you.